Hey, Sky here. I just wanted to talk about communication. Some things I learned from a book called TalkRx, like the prescription for talk. I'm living here in Bali, and years ago there was a Dr. Neha Sangwan who came through town, and we met at Yoga Barn and hung out for a bit. She does business, I do marketing, and she's a doctor, and said that all of her patients in the US, in Boston and San Francisco and other hospitals that she worked at, all had degenerative disease, and they were ill from the root cause of having conflict and problems with communication, with relationships in their life. And so she wrote this book, Talk RX. She gave me her last hardcover copy of it. And I wanted to share a few frameworks, a few tools that I took away from that book that have helped me for years, that I'm still seeing that a lot of people need to be aware of so that we can have more harmonious relationships and communication. Ready? So, number one is, I'll start with number one as match the importance of the communication, like however what you need to communicate is, match that with the modality of communication. So let's say text message is just words, but what do we don't have tone, we don't hear a voice, we don't feel the emotions of somebody. Text message and emojis are dangerous. If somebody argues, have you ever been with somebody in an argument over a text message and it's like 7% of communication? Again, you don't hear their voice or see their face or see their body language. So matching the importance of the communication with the modality of communication. So what you could do is, instead of a text message, maybe give somebody a call, or maybe do a FaceTime or a Zoom or a video chat, or just go see them in person. This can alleviate a lot of strain and stress and challenge and miscommunication through text and emojis. All right, so presence is the destination. Remember that. It's okay to get out of your phones, drop that bitch for a while, and get present with yourself, with nature, with the people that you care about. Drop the robots. Drop the robots, y'all. All right. Number two, I'm going to share three, but number two, I'd say, is agreements. So making level 5 agreements. Now, this can be done over text message, but there's 5 levels to agreements, according to this book. So a level 5 agreement is when you both agree, you and another person agree on meeting at a certain time and a certain location. That's a level 5 agreement. And you both say, yes, I commit to this. So you're both held accountable for that. Now, my nature, I'm just naturally inclined to be slippery. If I don't get a time and a location confirmed between two people, like let's say, hey, let's meet tomorrow at sunset. There's a rough time, it's not an exact time, and there's no location in that. That might be a level 3 agreement. A level 4 agreement would be, let's meet tomorrow at 5 p.m. at sunset, and there's no location. Maybe that's a level 4 agreement. Maybe, hey, let's meet sometime next week. That's like a level 1 agreement. Hey, let's meet next week at this cafe. Okay, that's a level 2 agreement. There's a location. We don't have a time. We have some vague week-long period, right? So making level 5 agreements. I tend to stick to my level 5 agreements. That's the best way for me to stick. So if you're conversing with me, I really need that to help me stay accountable and to actually show up for it. You know, in business and work meetings, maybe you're used to this, where a team is meeting and you've got a Zoom call scheduled. There's a time and a location. This Zoom link and this time, and we're getting together. and then you all get together, right? It's a level 5 agreement. So being cognizant, being aware of the levels of agreements that we're making, and always go for a level 5 agreement. There are no maybes. There's either yes or there's no. Maybes just suck our energy and don't give us a level 5 agreement. All right. The third tool that I learned from this book, TalkRx, Dr. Neha Sangwan, is the 5 levels of listening. So level 1 listening is where you're hearing somebody speak, but you're not listening to what they're saying. In fact, you might even be closed off. Your arms might be shut like this, and you're hearing them speak, but you've got your own mind rides going on in your head, and you can't even hear what they're saying. You hear it, but you don't know. Like you're not empathizing or taking into consideration what they're saying. You're just closed, right? Level 2 listening is where you might hijack a conversation, or she calls it, give it the 1-2 punch, um, where somebody says something, for example, hey, I went on vacation to Bali, and then I've been here for a while, and and then you maybe interject them and say, oh yeah, you know what, I lived in Bali, I went to Bali too. Oh, did you do this, do that? I did this and that. Oh, my shit was way cooler than your stuff, your experience. So not only did we just hijack their conversation, but we also tried to raise and elevate our ego and kind of overshadow theirs and make them insignificant. This is like level 2 listening. All right. Level 3 listening is words only, where you're only hearing the words. Level 4 listening is heart listening, where you're hearing the words and you're observing and assessing and seeking to empathize and understand their emotions. What's going on in their world for them? It's heart listening. It's level 4 listening. Level 5 listening. This one I'd never heard before, and before I really needed to learn it. A girlfriend and I were breaking up. We weren't getting along well, and I was looking for tools. And I found this level 5 listening and understood it really quick. I'm going to share it in just a second. And I tested it out. We went on a walk at sunset and a Champahan Ridge in Ubud, grassy ridge, beautiful sunset. And my girlfriend at the time kept saying she needs balance. She needed balance. And I didn't know till I read this in the book to ask about that. But level 5 listening is where you're listening to the words coming out the mouth. You're listening with your heart. You're feeling the emotions. You're empathizing. You're trying to understand this person's internal world, where they're coming from. And level 5 listening is where you seek to understand their values. So in the example of my ex-girlfriend, I asked, hey, what do you value in the word balance? What do you value in that? What does that mean for you? And what she shared with me next was, I think it was 9 or 11 different things that she felt she needed that I wasn't aware of, because she only had this one word. She's like, oh, I need balance. And I didn't have a clue what she valued in that word and what that actually meant to her. And so when I asked and got the feedback, I was much more capable of understanding her world, better capable of empathizing with her, better capable of understanding and offering that. And our relationship healed after that conversation. And we're still great friends today. We're like family. So what do you value in that? So listen to somebody's words if somebody's saying, oh, I need this, I need balance, I need space, I need whatever it is, and with your heart open, seek to understand them and ask, what do you value in that? Get the feedback, process it, have an open heart, my friend, and help your loved ones so that we can both understand each other and not go to the hospital because we're dying of degenerative disease because we sucked at communication. These are some tools that will hopefully empower you. Please share them, pass them along, share them with your loved ones, your friends, and your family, and the people that you care about, so we can have a more harmonious world, so we can live together in peace and get what we want in life with good karma, not stepping on other people's toes, not putting other people down, but having an open heart and going for what you really want in this life. So what did we cover? Recap. Number one, match the importance of the communication with the modality of the communication, right? Drop your robots as much as often as possible. Presence is the destination. We'd rather be on the dance floor, right? Without a phone, or in nature, experience the beauty of God without a phone, than texting people with emojis and little short words and short things, and where people are confused as to what we mean. So these are some communication tools that will hopefully give you some help now, or somebody that you know it can help them too. Number two was the level 5 agreements, having a time and a location agreed upon between both parties or all parties if it's a group meeting, so there's no confusion and we can hold each other accountable to that, right? And number three was the 5 levels of listening. You have closed listening, level 1, hijacking, or giving the 1-2 punch, level 2 listening, words only, level 3, words and heart listening is level 4, words, heart, and values is level 5. For more tips like this, check out the Fresh House. Any links around this video, it probably links there. So check it out and we'll see you next now.